Welcome back to Poetry and Police. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel once more. Big up to my loyal subscribers. Big up to the people of Jamaica. Strong, resilient people in Jamaica. Big up to the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defence Force, as they try their best right now in Jamaica to rescue people who still needs rescuing, and as they struggle to remove the injured and even the dead. Right, people? Which brings us to this discussion right now. When the roads are gone, people, when the roads are gone, in St. Elizabeth, the roads are gone. Not blocked, but gone. The storm came, the hurricane came, the disaster came. Its name was Melissa. Came and carved them out of the earth like they never existed, like St. Elizabeth had no roads. Everything broken, power lines twisted, whole parish cut off from the rest of Jamaica. Somewhere beyond the landslides, there are people in need of food. There are people in need of medical attention. There are bodies of lost loved ones, which have been found, and yet some are still missing to be found. So now the living is among the dead. Mothers, fathers, sons, still lying where Melissa left them, waiting for help that can't get through the blockades. The Jamaica Defence Force sent helicopter. The police have their boots ready. Like I said. But the truth is, the badge can't walk where there are no roads. Cars cannot drive where there are no roads. Help cannot travel where there are no roads to travel. You see, that's the part people don't understand. When the rain stops, the real work begins. The headlines move on, but the mud keeps the secret. The dead can't be reached, the living can't move, and the system gasps for air. I've been there before. Not in this storm, but in others. I've experienced Gilbert. I've worked as a police officer in Ivan. It was not as bad as this Ivan, but it was still a storm. Watching a country bend under pressure while the uniforms hold the line. When you can't reach the victims, when every call feels like failure, that's when you learn what duty really cost. Those are the time when you really know what kind of police officers you are. When you cannot get to people that are in need. When you get a call from police control and you cannot reach the people who need help. You see, people, I know how this feels as a police officer. And I know that most police officers in Jamaica right now are fidgeting because they want to get out there and they want to help people. They want to be able to travel to people to help people. Because when it comes to helping people, the Jamaican police does not back down. When it comes to saving lives, the Jamaican police officers does not back down. And they will go through hell, they will walk through fire to save lives. But they cannot travel on roads that don't exist. This isn't just about weather. It's about infrastructure. It's about how fast hope disappears when a bridge collapses or a road went missing or a road slides away. When a road slides away, it slides away with provisions, it slides away with food, it slides away with hope, it slides away with lives, it slides away with almost everything. When people are cut off from the rest of society, when people are cut off from help, medical supplies, food, shelter, that is where the real trouble begins. It's about how a small island can drown in silence. Drown in silence. And right now, Jamaica is drowning in silence. So, tonight, as the floodwater slowly drains, remember those still trapped behind broken roads and fallen trees. The police are still out there. The soldiers are still digging. And the badge, the same badge we curse and criticize, it still stands in the mud. This is Poetry and Police, where truth wears the badge. This is Poetry and Police, where truth wears the badge. How and when the police department, the JDF, will get to these people, we don't know yet. But I hope it is soon. I hope it is soon and real soon. I hope these people, as they are saying, do not have to burn the dead or bury them without permission, because they will have to move as soon as possible, because we know the situation with the way that is concerned. The search is still on and more bodies may be found. But all the roads are gone. And like I've said, when the roads are gone, in Melissa's aftermath, how do we get to people on the other side of the road? How do the people on the other side of the road get help? Jamaica doesn't have a lot of helicopters. And this is where our government now have to really sit down and say to themselves, what are we doing? What kind of society are we? That we have to now sit down, go back to the drawing board, and no matter what it costs, we have to put a good recovery system in place. We have to have search and rescue in place. We have to upgrade our fire department. Or we have a search and rescue in the police department also. We need helicopters so we can move people from point A to point B when roads have separated them from the rest of society. When roads are separating them from getting medical attention, from getting food, from getting any kind of assistance, we need to figure out a way in the future, Mr. Prime Minister. We need to figure out a way in the future, Mr. Prime Minister, so these things does not happen again. We cannot stop hurricanes from coming through Jamaica, and more will come. But what we can do is ensure that when it comes the next time, that we have everything in place to assist those in need. I am just coming from church a while ago. I went to church because my sister invited me to her church, because this was a night, is a vigil. It was a night that all the prayers in the church tonight was for the people in Jamaica, especially St. Elizabeth. All the prayer warriors came out and they were praying for Jamaica and praying for St. Elizabeth. And I remember one of the pastors, while praying, the pastor brought up the situation where this woman who have lost everything already, was in her house, and gunmen, masked men, coming to rob her of what she does not even have. I have done a video before and I spoke about these things, these atrocities. That's when the storm clears. Our problem won't be the storm or the aftermath of the storm so much, but it will also be, the criminals will also be our problems. And that's why I always been a supporter of the police department. And I always support the fact that Jamaica must be rid of criminals. Because they have no conscience. Criminals have no conscience. They are selfish and they're all for themselves. At a time like this, when everybody's suffering, you are going to bring more suffering to an old lady. These people have no God in their hearts, no God in their souls. These people are evil. At a time like this in Jamaica where everybody needs help, these actions are still taking place. But our police officers are out there, they're trying their best. Their best to stop the criminals. Their best to get to the injured. Their best to get to who are in need. Who need clothes, who need food, who need bedding. The police officers are doing their best. I must congratulate the police officers in Jamaica. This is not a nice time. No fun is going on in Jamaica right now. The whole world is watching, Mr. Prime Minister. The whole world is watching what will happen to the people of St. Elizabeth, what will happen to the Jamaican people who have been affected by Melissa. The whole world is watching. Every Jamaica that is now living abroad is watching. Because Jamaica is now the new talk of the town everywhere you go. What is happening in St. Elizabeth? The world is watching, Mr. Prime Minister. You are now the HD TV. Jamaica is now the HD TV. Everybody's watching. And at the same time, a lot of people are trying to help. But while the roads are gone, how are we going to get help to those on the other side? That comes down to helicopters, and we don't have much of those. So, Mr. Prime Minister, you will have to ask for help for somewhere, because we need that. We need helicopters to move the people from the areas where no one can get to them, because the roads are closed.